Then we have the process called SWOT. This is an innovative process. It's a keyhole technology to weld two square butt plates. Extremely efficient. Here is where TIG gets faster than your submerged arc welding as well, if I may so claim. Extremely fast, extremely low heat input, and very low distortion. What is SWOT and how does it work? It is a variant of keyhole TIG. The arc is extremely concentrated. So this is your normal GTAW. This is your SWOT. It concentrates the arc. More focused on a smaller area, so deeper penetration, and you have power sources in the range of 500 to 1000 amps. What does it do and why does it work so quickly? If you look at a normal DC pulse TIG, when you are operating at about 100 Hertz, your voltage of 9.8 and average current of say about 100 amps would give you an arc force here of about 3.2 millinewton. When you do the same thing in SWOT, because of the concentration of the arc is smaller in the smaller area, your arc force is as high as 9.2 times. So it's 3 times your normal arc focus, which means you have more than 20% depth increase and you have narrower beads by about 10%. This is a typical macro of a welded joint of 8 mm thickness. 2 square butts being placed here. The torch, which is cooled, is mounted on top on an automated system. It punctures through the entire thickness and it releases the gas and the plasma from the bottom. It moves at a high speed wherein the liquid molten pool is carried with surface tension all across. There is no physical support given below, but there is a purging gas on the lower side which is allowed, and we use trailing and shielding gases. Just to quickly show you, this is where a head was mounted on a column boom. You can see it's a normal TIG torch of SAP, about 550 amps, and this is an 8 mm square butt. There is no edge preparation done, only pre-tacked and kept on top of the section. And the torch is moving at about 400 millimeters a minute speed. There is no gas, there is no filler wire added to it. You can see here a very effective gas coming off the other side. This is the effective plasma being built, which gives you a through penetration 100% of it. It's ensuring that all the gases are released through, and there's a 100% penetration. If we quickly look at the end of it, you're looking at a complete weld like this. No undercuts, beautiful welds, very effective process for stainless steel and sluggish materials like titanium and others. This can be used for long seam, circular seam, and tube mills. So if you're using TIG plus plasma, you could replace it with a single SWOT torch. Material thicknesses up to 10 millimeters in stainless steel, square butt, no edge preparation, duplex stainless steel, titanium up to 12 millimeters, nickel alloys, stellite alloys, carbon steel is still under process. Low alloy steel and miraging steel also we are trying, and we have some success with miraging steel. We are working more on it. With what do you need? You need the SWOT power source with the SWOT mode. Sorry, I took a quick water break. If you're doing stainless steel or alloy steel, we could use argon hydrogen mixtures. For duplex stainless steel, we use argon nitrogen, and the purging gas is argon itself. You need a chiller unit to keep the torch cool, and a cold wire feeder if your thicknesses were above 8 millimeters. If you look at the typical weld speeds for HEST alloy or C276 nickel alloys, it's about 550 millimeters a minute. SS304, 2.72 mm at 815 millimeters a minute, 8 millimeter thick at 400 millimeters a minute, 5 mm thick at 500 millimeters a minute. Extremely high speed process. I'll just skip the tube mill application. This is if you see the root penetration, the top surface which is polished, but the root, this is the penetration achieved. All RTR passed with the flaring and other tests. This can keep going on, not a problem at all. If you're looking at long seams, then say an 8 mm thick 1 meter long seam would require 4 passes when you're doing normal TIG at a manual speed of 55 millimeters a minute and an edge preparation time of 30 minutes. You would take about 102 minutes to do this joint of 1 meter. If you're doing it on an automated GTAW, you would use 2 passes, route and capping. Speeds would be about 100 millimeters a minute because the route and capping would require weaving. So the speeds would be slightly slower at about 100 millimeters a minute. 30 minutes of edge prep time. Total welding time 20 minutes. Overall time 50 minutes. In SWOT, you could do this under 5 minutes. It's a brilliant solution when you're typically doing stainless steel. Here is a live example. We've done a 6-meter long job, 6 mm thick in under 15 minutes. This is the pre-tack job. This is the post-welded job. You can see no distortion on the job. And this is the kind of root finish you get. Here's a quick example. This is where you can see the edge preparation is square. There is no edge preparation done there. And if you look at this video, the welding is happening at the speed where you see. This is a live video. The speeds are about 420 millimeters a minute or 400 millimeters a minute. These can be extremely fast when it comes to TIG. Imagine doing a 6-meter long joint, 6 mm thick, on a nickel alloy, which is sluggish material, would typically have taken you anywhere between 1 to 2 shifts to complete the job, maintaining the distortion. Given that you can finish the same job in under 15 minutes, speaks volumes of about what kind of productivity improvement you can have with this process. Anybody in dairy, food, pharma, equipment where your typical thicknesses are under 8 millimeters, this is a brilliant solution to speed up your productivity. As it's a TIG variant, it is subjected to all ASME Section 9 tests, and we have conducted all of them except for impact, but I am sure impact is also going to go through without much difficulty. And root, tensile, your root and face bends, and your X-rays, RT, UT, all have been passed at these levels.